Hey guys, Stealth here. Welcome back to Sub Command, where today we're inserting a SEAL team in proximity to Severomorsk. My orders are to drop off the SEAL detachment at 69-25 north by 033 by 28 east. Must occur by 2200 hours, and there may be mines in the area. So let's have a look at the briefing.
You are assigned a vital mission to drop off a SEAL team that will collect valuable intelligence on Russian North Fleet assets and defenses. The team will return from Russia overland through Norway. Proceed to 6925 north, 3328 east for a covert insertion at 2200. Do not compromise this important mission by engaging any vessels encountered. The intelligence data on the missile test is superb. Analysts at the Naval Research Lab are beginning to develop countermeasures that will save many lives if we must face this weapon in battle. The Russians show no awareness that this weapon has been compromised. Although monitoring the missile test required close maneuvering at periscope depth, it appears that you were undetected. There is no increase in Northern Fleet ASW defenses.
Still like how these missions keep basically interacting with each other, where your results from mission 3 have effects for mission 4. I gotta say, for a game from 2001, that's not bad. Anyway, let's go drop off a SEAL team. Let's check my stores. What do I have loaded? A couple of Mark 48s. I'm gonna send out a UUV, an unmanned underwater vehicle. I'm not allowed to actually fire any of my weapons, but the UUV is not a weapon. It's a remote sonar sensor, and that can also help me detect more units. Launched and wire-guided like a torpedo, this sensor can be set to active or passive. Has a 30-minute battery and a range of 10 nautical miles. So I can use this as a sort of standoff sensor, and potentially as a distraction for enemy forces, as they might be thinking that there's a torpedo in the water and go nuts. I will not be using any of my actual weapons. Alright. Okay, there's the exit area. And here to the west is the drop-off area. Now there might be mines in the area, and we're gonna have all sorts of issues getting here. Let's see how far away this actually is. Drawing tools, range circle. That's 20 miles. So we need to be cruising at
sonar.
3
I
hours.
have a new contact. Bearing 276. Designated Sierra 1.
Roger that. Let's say 20 knots, or sorry, 20 nautical miles. So that would be about 7 knots if I get there in 3 hours in a straight line. And that bit is very, very much uncertain, as there might be mines in the area. If there are, I'm going to have to be really, really careful with those. Now, this mission is all the more challenging because as we get closer to the shore, we're going to be finding ourselves in shallow water. It's not as shallow as I'd expected yet. Right here we're at 350 feet. This is 126 feet or 148 feet at the drop-off point. So it's going to be rather shallow. And staying undetected and keeping my sensors operational, especially the towed array, is going to be quite the challenge. Now, initially, I want to dive a little deeper. We're going to go to 500 feet.
Make my depth 500 feet.
I'm going to make a bit of speed towards, let's say, the halfway point. Then slow down, and especially keep an eye on mines, because I would rather not like to get hit by a mine. So we're first going to wait until we get to the accurate depth. And of course we cannot get detected here. Now we're going to make turns for 13 knots.
Make turns for 13 knots. Maneuvering, aye.
This should still allow the passive sonar to detect contacts, because I'm not moving too fast yet, and especially the towed array is so far behind the boat that it shouldn't be an issue. I don't have anything on any of my sonar screens just yet.
Con sonar. I have a new contact. Bearing 278. Designated Sierra 2.
278. What do you have there? It's very, very faint on the sphere. Towed array doesn't have anything. Neither does the narrowband. Okay, so we're gonna have to just keep at it. Show my history. CR2. Oh, it's an active intercept. We're dealing with a warship. That makes a lot of sense. Probably just defending this place. I'm still not picking up any tracks. Sphere nor Toad. Let's see. This guy's currently, if this is accurate, about 7,000 yards away. But he seems to be getting closer, so we're going to make a hard turn towards a northern direction. Let's say 330.
Come right to course 330. Helm aye.
We gotta avoid this guy before his pings actually hit my boat and start to cause all sorts of mayhem. Again, there's no layer, there's nowhere to hide. I just have to rely on being stealthy. One would think that at this point, if he is indeed 4,000 yards out, I should be able to detect him on sonar. And we are, in fact, getting some tracks on the sonar. Let's see, this is bearing 034. That's the mirror image, because I'm expecting him right about here.
Con sonar, I have a new contact, bearing 265, designated Sierra 3. Con sonar, I have a new contact, bearing 248, designated Sierra 4.
Interesting. So we have multiple contacts. Master 1 has been detected by the active intercept and the towed array. Master 1, by the way, stands for a contact that's been detected by multiple sensors, hence Master. If you have a contact that's only been detected on sonar, such as this one, it's going to be called a Sierra. Now let's see if I can pick up Master 1 and try to identify this guy. I'm still not getting a very clear reading here. Oh, actually. It's not fantastic. Okay, I'm going to identify this guy as a cash-in. So that would be you. Cash-in, Russian destroyer, guided missile. What do we have? Armament. SSN-25s I'm not too worried about, because I believe those are just ship-to-ship missiles. Surface-to-air missile systems. 76.2mm gun. Torpedo tubes, RBO 6000s, great. The RBO 6000 is a depth charge launcher. Electronics. A lot of people on board there. 47 officers, 47 warrant officers, and 286 enlisted. What kind of sensors do you have? Sonar, hull-mounted medium frequency, hull-mounted high frequency. Okay, so he's not really a threat yet. At least not at this range. Now, about Sierra 1. Sierra 1 is the other contact. Bearing 245? Actually, that's the next Sierra that I picked up. That's Sierra 4. However, he's not really identifiable just yet. I'm picking him up on the longer range track, but not the short time track. I could slow down a bit. I still have plenty of time. Let's do that. Make turns for 5 knots.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Let's see if we can clear up the towed array a little bit. We have another one. Right there. Very faint. You see it? Right there. Bearing 229.
Con sonar, I have a new contact. Bearing 228, designated Sierra 5.
Wonderful. There's another one. It's faint, but it's rapidly getting stronger. Yeah, right, it's a Nimitz-class aircraft carrier. That looks rather unlikely. Now, there are way too many things that it could be, but at least, by its current definition, its current signature, it's not a Russian warship. So that's good news. The sphere is also picking up something.
Con sonar. I have a new contact. Bearing 240. Designated Sierra 6.
Yeah, okay, so that's Master 1. That's the cash-in. Now, I'm wondering about Sierra 1, because Sierra 1 has not been doing much. That's the cash-in, probably. And he's at a bearing of 287. So I'm expecting another sonar ping to be coming in from this general direction. And let's see if he's still pinging away. I really don't have anything at 287 though. I very, very much doubt that we're dealing with a submarine. The game is too smart for that. It wouldn't use an active sonar. Unless it'd be really heavily in trouble, but that's not too likely. There we go. He's still there. Updated. 7,000 yards out. We're going to make another turn. This time back to port. I'm going to try and get to a course of... Yeah, actually 230 will
Come
work.
left to course 230.
Hopefully ducking between these two contacts, Sierra 1 and Master 1. In order to avoid detection by both. That's the own ship that's being detected. That'll disappear soon. There we go. Does Sphere have anything? Yeah, the Sphere has two contacts here.
Con sonar. I have a new contact. Bearing 228. Designated Sierra
228.
7.
Would that be Master 1 by any chance? Sorry, Master 2. That is Master 2. Unfortunately, the towed array is useless at this point because my own ship is blocking sound direction. So we're gonna have to try and identify Master 2 using just the bow array. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's either a freighter or a supertanker. So we can classify Master 2 as something that's not really going to be a problem, because no matter whether it's a supertanker or a freighter, I'm not going to class it as a threat. Sierra 1, though, is a whole different story. Bearing 302. I still don't have anything from this guy. So I'm thinking that my active sonar intercept is off. It's not quite accurate. Unless this is him. But this is 295. What could be?
Con sonar. I have a new contact. Bearing 294. Designated Sierra 8.
299. Yeah, it's the same contact. Okay, so we have him. Now we need to identify him. We have an okay track. It could be another Kashin. It would make sense having two destroyers patrol around your shores to make sure that there's nothing out there. So I think that with a modicum of accuracy we can classify this guy as another Kashin. Medium as confidence, classed as a threat. Alright, let's get these guys on auto duty. Now I'm going to try and make use of this freighter here by going pretty much directly for it.
Con sonar. I have a new contact.
Come right to
Bearing
course
270.
270.
Designated Sierra 9.
The plan for going directly for that freighter is to use its sound signature, all the noise that it's making, to avoid detection by these surface ships. Unfortunately, it seems that Master 2 and Master 1 are getting quite close together.
Sonar. I have a new contact. Bearing 1,
Wow.
5,
It's almost
7.
an escort.
Designated Sierra 1, 0.
Or a collision.
Sonar.
He's getting
I have
awfully
a new
close.
Contact. Bearing 2, 1, 3. Designated Sierra.
Come
1,
left to course
1. Make
8,
turns for 13
0.
knots.
Hell my.
Maneuvering aye.
Let's run away from Master 3 for a bit. I'm not sure what range he has on the active sonar. And I would really not like to try my luck and get too close. So let's say 2.5 miles. And I think that that's pushing it already. You, 2.5 miles. Okay, so these ranges are bad. I really don't want to be there. We still have 2 hours to get to our drop-off point, and we still need to avoid some mines. Come to course 245, correction 240.
Come right to course 240. Hell my.
This will put Master 3 quite close. 220.
Come left to course 220. Hell my.
This guy really needs to change his course. Fine. 200.
Come left to course 200. Hell my.
Oh, come on. What's your speed? 11 knots. 180. Go.
Sonar.
Come
I have a
left
new
to course
contact.
180.
Bearing 2, 5,
Hell my.
5. Designated Sierra 1, 2.
Alright, Sierra 12. Lots of tracks. All of these course changes
Sonar.
are, of course,
I have a new
not
contact.
helping.
Bearing 0, 8, 6. Designated Sierra 1, 3.
Alright, this is Sierra 12, bearing 259. That could be... No, that's not you. 259? That's over there. Yeah, this is him. This is Sierra 12. Sierra 12 has some faint signatures. Oh, Christ. This better not be a submarine. It would make sense with his speed.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Immediately going to slow down. I'm really not interested in getting detected by a submarine. This is Sierra 9. Again, it's not that likely to be a Newport-class ship, so I'm going to say it's a car carrier or a supertanker. And that is Sierra 9. That would be you. So we're going to classify the guy as a supertanker, neutral, medium confidence. Now, about these other guys, Sierra 4. Sierra 4 we haven't heard of in almost 40 minutes. Sierra 12? Not so much. Sierra 12 is quite loud. This could be Sierra 12. Yes, that's him. Okay, we're dealing with a Victor 3. Because the other one is a Deschênes d'Orvée, a DM-284 torpedo, or an A244. So this guy is going to be a significant threat. Because he could detect me and make my life really complicated really quickly. Master 3 is still very much in the way. Unfortunately. Let's see, this is Sierra 9. We already identified Sierra 9. Who else do we have? This could be the mirror image for the other guy. Yeah, probably is. I have a medium spike here. I doubt that they're also going to put an Akula to good use here as hunting a submarine, which they're really not sure is there. Now, judging by how loud these tracks are, we're getting quite close. We have another contact here.
Sonar. I have a new contact. Bearing 279. Designated Sierra 1, 4. Con sonar. I have a new contact. Bearing 299. Designated Sierra 15. Con sonar. I have a new contact. Bearing 305. Designated Sierra 16.
The fact that we're picking up this submarine on the bow array is bad news. Because he might as well be detecting me. Let's see, that's Master 4. Where are you at? This is Master 4. Alright, let's see if the bow and the towed array actually agree. Yeah, pretty confident that we're dealing with a Victor 3. Because it's not likely to be a Seawolf. That's us. Now I need to be paying attention to my depth, because I only have 46 feet below the keel.
Make my depth 400 feet. Dive aye.
How far do we need to go? Because we have made some progress, and we still have about 1.5 hours left. But I'm still concerned about these mines. We still have 14 miles to go. So in a direct course, that's 7 knots. I think we're gonna have to risk getting a bit closer to Master 3.
Come right to course 270. Helm aye.
And Master 4 at that point. This will blow out the towed array for a little bit. Considering we're obstructing its... Oh, hello, Master 3's turning. Ooh. I don't think that the sonar is quite adequate or accurate about where this guy is going. But by current definitions, he's coming right at me. Have I been detected? Not sure. I might have been. Holy shit. He's coming at me at 39 knots? Are you sure?
Come left to course 180. Helm aye.
Okay, he's not. He's actually moving away. Still at 28 knots? That guy was in a lot of hurry. Where's he going at such a speed? Alright, with most contacts being quite far away, with the exception of Master 4.
Con sonar. I have a new contact.
At a range
Bearing
circle on Master
3,
4, make
0,
that
4. Designated Sierra
2.5 nautical miles as
17.
well. Let's go towards the infiltration zone.
Come right to course 270. Helm aye.
Master 4 is still very, very dangerous. Definitely more dangerous than these Kashins that we have over here. And I need to make a bit more speed if I want to make my rendezvous. Speed up to 10 knots.
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering aye.
I might be able to use this freighter. If I get close enough to the freighter, he will not be able to detect me. Because the freighter is going to be making so much noise that it's going to be very difficult for them to hear me beyond him. Unfortunately, he's making good speed, heading south. At 14 knots. That is not a speed that I want to risk moving at. Now we're going to need some other part of the sonar. We're going to need the active sonar at high frequency. And at high frequency we will be able to detect mines. High frequency is much more difficult to detect than the medium frequency sonar. Medium frequency sonar is for medium range. High frequency sonar is for short range, for detecting ice and mines.
Con sonar. I have a new contact. Bearing 159. Designated Sierra 18.
That's the mirror image for this guy. This is Master 5 and we still haven't identified him. Get him off duty. That was bearing 356. This is 233. Select the sphere. This is something else. getting anything from there. So how could we detect and especially identify this guy? The hull-mounted sonar is not really doing that well. These are the panels on the side of the hull. We're getting a pretty good signature from 306.
Approach goal complete.
Come again? Okay. This is apparently getting closer to the area. And they're already happy that I made that happen. Faint signature here, bearing 355. Could be a fishing boat. Could be all sorts of submarines. What do we risk identifying it as? I don't want to take too many chances there. So we're going to have to be very, very careful about Master 5, because until we have this thing identified, we do not know if it's a threat or not. Now, continuing with the approach. Range circle, distance to drop off, 10 nautical miles. At my current speed, that is still quite a race, and that's in a direct line without detecting any, or without encountering any mines.
Make turns for 15 knots.
So I'm
Maneuvering.
going to have to risk speeding up. Otherwise I will not be there in time. Now this apparently is the objective for the SEALs. Otherwise they wouldn't put a building on my map. This guy is really not that interesting. Hide history. Now there's bloody Master 3's coming back. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of evasion there. Make it 200.
Come left to course 200. Helmi.
Time, still 1 hour left. Keel depth looks good at 314. Put these guys back on duty. The sonar is not really detecting anything just yet.
Con sonar. I have a new contact. Bearing 0.
That's the active sonar, I mean.
Designated
The
Sierra.
passive sonar
1,
is
9.
definitely on point and detecting a lot of contacts.
Come right to course 270. Helmi.
And we haven't heard from Master... Actually, we have heard from Master 4 in a while. Yeah, we are pretty confident that the guy is over here. Now we're going to see depth at 600 feet, 500 feet, 400 feet, 350 feet. I'm going to have to stay paying attention here. I'm going to just mark a line where I need to be really careful about my depth. From right about there, it gets interesting. Still nothing on the high frequency sonar. Alright, at this point we're doing rather well. I just don't know if I've been counter detected yet, and if I have, then we just made life for the SEALs quite difficult. Because they could be expecting a warm welcome. Depth is still 500 feet. Coming to 550 feet. Hang on. We're picking up something right here. These are mines. You see these little things here? That is not good. So the area is in fact mined. Okay, now I need to really remove my own marks, because otherwise I'm going to get distracted. Okay, so these HF sonar marks, that's the mines. We need to either try and avoid them, or
Make
go
turns
around
for
them.
11 knots. Maneuvering, aye.
I wonder how many they placed. We might be able to approach this thing from the north. Let's
Make my
slow
depth
down to
3,
8 feet.
0,
Sorry, 8
0
knots.
feet.
Make turns for 8 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Great. That's not really an option. I'm not sure if we can maneuver Seawolf between the mines. I'm not sure exactly how sensitive those things are. But they definitely have a wall of these bastards. It seems that that wall extends for quite a while. Now we have 30 minutes to find a solution here. I think we're just gonna have to go really, really careful. We still have about 20 minutes left before I need to start really getting worried. There's one, and there's one. There's a couple more on that end. So this thing extends all the way there. Beautiful. Now, just to be sure, I'm going to save the game. I'm going to say that there's mines over here, because you never know. And I would hate to lose all of this progress so far. So we're not going to do that. We're going to very gently try and steer between these two mines. My range to the drop-off point is just 1700 yards. So we're going to make a course correction for, I'd say, 245 maybe. Slow down to 6 knots.
Come left to
Make
course
turns
2,
for 6
4,
knots.
5.
Maneuvering
Okay,
aye.
we're
Elmine.
heading directly for mine.
Come left to course 2, 3, 7.
Now the interesting
Elmine.
bit is that I also need to get out of here. So we're doing a two-way mission, infiltrate and exfiltrate. I need to drop off the seals. And I'm still getting awfully close to that mine. Rudder
Left
full.
2 degrees rudder. Helm aye.
Normally I would say come to course something, but I'm getting really nervous about these mines. Rudder
Rudder
amidships.
amidships. Helm aye.
So I just ordered a hard rudder turn in order not to get hit by these mines. And I really need to start changing my depth.
2, 0, 0 feet.
Make
Dive
turns
aye.
for 3 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Alright, it looks like we successfully avoided the mines. I cannot see any further. And the active sonar, the high frequency sonar, is only looking directly in front. Let's come to periscope depth.
Make my depth 0, 7, 0 feet. Dive aye.
Not a moment too soon, because we do not have a lot of depth below the keel. $21.50, we're pretty much right on time. Okay, so we're here. How do we drop them off? After SEAL insertion, withdraw to that location. Direct the SEAL team to infiltrate the Russian command. I would love to. I just don't know exactly how to do
All
that.
stop. Helm aye.
Raise the antenna, Chief of the Watch Eye.
I'm going to first see if ComSubland has any further information that they sent over the radio.
Con radio, new message traffic received.
There may be mines guarding the area. Exercise caution. Yes, understood. We already did that. How do you order SEALs ashore? Isn't that something that these guys just do all by themselves? Because it's not like they're in a tube and I can fire them. Like, not at all. I said all stop.
I'll stop. Hell my.
Whew. Just inside the zone. Okay, raise the scope. Maybe the seals disembark all by themselves at 2200. That's a potential. Okay, low light TV. Definitely something on the ESM. Anyway, there might be a structure that we can spot at a bearing of 243. No, not really. Okay, lower scope. We're going to sit here for a few minutes. I'm just narrowly inside the zone. Hopefully the game's going to allow me to drop off the seals this way. So we're going to have to sit there for 3 minutes. 2 minutes. 1. What? You have run out of time. If you have not already inserted the seals, then it's too late at this juncture. Proceed covertly to the exit area. You have to be kidding. I would like to drop off seals, I just don't know how to do it. And I was here in time. Oh, hang on, is this how I do it? Yep. Engage with, deploy special forces. Alright, fortunately, I can load the mission, and we should still be fine. And I have been counter-detected. Okay. So, the whole attempt was a failure. Alright, I'm going to be doing the mission again, but that's going to be some other day. We're going to have to just retry this thing. Try to be a little bit more quiet. Make sure we do not get counter-detected. Don't run into a mine. Get to the seal drop-off point at 2200. Drop off the seals. And then move to another location. Move to the exit point. Anyway, that's something for another day. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about it, and I'll see you soon for more videos.